All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. Of course, I gotta talk about this right quick. You know, there was some YouTubers who I will leave nameless, although I shouldn't, who were saying that the fight, or rather the slap that Will Smith gave Chris Rock does not reflect or is not doesn't set back black folks. Now, I will admit it don't set us back per se, but it does look bad for us because we expected better of Will Smith than what he did. All right, now I'm going to make an announcement on this before I get started. This is going to be the last time I talk about this unless something else changes. Now, getting back to what I was saying, it doesn't per se set us back as a race, but it does look bad on us because we expected more from Will than what we saw. Will Smith was on the cusp of achieving was on the night of his most achieving success. That gets no better than that. The Academy Award. Okay? And I know some people are going to say, oh, this is the award that white people established. Yeah, you're right. But he's won the NCAA awards before, so that's nothing new. My thing is that it's the highest award in motion pictures, period. And for him to sit there and show out on the night of his crowning achievement is a travesty in itself to anybody that saw it. I gotta say that. It is. It just is. You know? Because I expected better than that from Will Smith. I did. I truly did. Even with the bullshit he dealt with Jada, I thought he would actually, you know, not let himself get to that point to go bitch mode, which is what he did. You know, I ain't gonna lie. It kind of set me back a little bit personally because I didn't expect that from a guy of his caliber, and considering he is a bona fide A-list actor. Okay? A bona fide A-list actor. A guy who was actually he's one of the top draws in Hollywood history. Okay? And for him to sit there and let himself get set back like that after all these years of working tirelessly to stay on top just for a meaningless joke. A joke that had no real meaning to it. Other than it was more like somebody else on YouTube said the other night. It's more like a compliment. It really was more of a compliment. Nothing he really said was bad about Jada at all. It really wasn't. You know? And for all we know, she might end up getting a picture deal out of the result just because of what Chris Rock said. You know? And then you got black folks on the side. You got some black folks on the sideline talking about, nah, they just trying to say she like trying to be a man. Well, if you watch Jada's history, what do you think she been trying to do? You know, what do you think she been trying to do? And I'll be honest with you, I'll even go on stretch with this. Maybe that's the real reason why she don't have any hair on her head, because maybe she is trying to get some masculinity about it. I ain't saying she was, but I said maybe. You know, this is a woman who talk about Iron Woman, hear me roar. She's been saying for years. You know, to a point she decided to have an entanglement on this dude. And now you're going to talk about Will was standing up for her? Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit to the highest of bullshit. You know? I don't know. I just feel like this thing was forced. I know it was forced. Ain't no doubt about that. Because Will was jovial and everything. You know how he laughed. You know that big laugh he always has. And then all of a sudden it's just, okay, act like, it wasn't funny at all. Really? The moment your wife gave you that side eye, it just, the more I think about it, it's like, I'm angry. I'm angry about it. I am angry about the situation. I really am. Because I've been a big fan of Will Smith for a very long time. And for him to do that was a letdown to me. It was. Because I didn't expect that. But then again, even though we know he's human and humans going to make mistakes, we know that. But how can you make that stupid mistake at the biggest night of your life? Career-wise. The biggest night of your entire life, career-wise. How you make that freaking mistake? That's what I don't understand. Over a simple, basic joke. It wasn't even, it was really more of a compliment than a joke. You know? And that's why I don't get it. And then she will act like alopecia is something that you can't live with. Something that continue to let you have a normal life. Other than the fact that you don't have no hair on your head. Come on, man. And like somebody said, I was listening to this morning, Jada wants to make that issue the whole thing about her any damn way. She's jealous of Will's career. I've been saying that for a while. She is very jealous of his career. You know, she thought being next to Will or being in Will's presence or having anything to do with Will was going to elevate her career. And that's why she's been acting kind of buck wild last several years to begin with. If you don't already notice about that. But then Will also allow it in his house. And I can honestly say, I've been married 30 years myself, and I don't allow a lot of bullshit in my house. I don't. My old lady tell you that. A certain bullshit I won't put up with in my house at all. Period. I won't. I just won't. But he will. You know. He worships the ground she walk on. I'm not going front. I worship the ground my old lady walk on. But I have rules. You know. Unlike Will, I have fucking rules. Excuse my French. I have rules. You know. According to Will, you know, the way Will been talking about it, you know, in the relationship with him and her, you know, if you listen to some of the stuff he says, there's no rules, just right. You know. And he allowed it. But I know my old lady and me were talking about that the other day. She's like, you know what? You knowing that you have so much to lose by doing that, I wouldn't have let you step foot on that stage. And I'm gonna tell you, I know my wife, she wouldn't have. She's like, you will stop bragging. Yep. She would have gave me a look not to move. You know. But my wife would have laughed at that joke. And with a brush, I was like, and she would have immediately said, no, man. See, Jada could have done that anytime she wanted to, if she really cared enough about Will. If she cared enough about him as a man and cared enough about his career, she would have stopped it. It would have been no, well, I have alopecia and you need to defend my honor, which is a crock of bullshit. Somebody's, let me digress. Tiffany Haddish, no better than that. But she's not the most mature adult in the classroom, if you know what I mean. She's not a very mature woman. That's why she ain't got no serious relationship with nobody, because nobody want to deal with her dizzy ass. You know? Real talk. Talking about what Will did was a beautiful thing. Get the fuck out of here. You just trying to kiss his ass. You know? And probably for several reasons, too. But I will say this, though. Somebody was saying that Jada might, and I'm not sure if that would ever be true or could be true. It's possible. Jada might use that thing and slap thing that Will did to Chris Rock as an excuse to say, you know what, he was abusive to me. You know, or he was, you know, he came off as abusive. In a relationship, you never know. I'm not wishing that on either one, to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't know. You also heard that his deals with his other projects are either put on hold, on the shelf, or just revamped altogether, including Bright 2. You know, he did Bright. The first Bright movie was on Netflix, which was a hit. It was a mega hit for him. And Bad Boys 4, which wasn't the best Bad Boys movie that was out there, but it did make some money. And they were going to do a 4. And that one got shelved. You know, so right now, people are rethinking about, putting him out, extending, his credibility out in Hollywood, and thinking about it twice before they put him out in any or other projects. See, he kind of hurt himself with that. He did. He really, really did. Damn shame, man, because actually, considering he is one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood, and an A-lister star at that, and to take that risk on his career by slapping somebody because he said, and I quote, "Jada, I love you. Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Direct quote, unquote. And you got upset about that. It's just, wow. And Chris Rock has said stuff much worse than that. But nevertheless, you got to remember, he's a comedian. This is what they do for a living. And people can't go around, let alone Will Smith, go around smacking somebody because of something they said that you did particularly like. And like somebody said, if you really didn't like what he said, only thing you had to do was just let it go. Worst case scenario, if you're in Wilbon State, you could have just tapped him and said, "I'm going to talk to you after the show." And left it at that. No. He wanted to be the big bad man, handling his business, talking that goofy talk about, people on my shoulder, I want to be the river people run through. Get the fuck out of here, man. Talking as incoherent as I've ever heard him. Most incoherent I've ever heard him talk, ever. And it was weird. Because at that point, Will didn't know how to pull his head out of his ass. He really did. And it's really a damn shame. It's a damn shame, man. And he was riding he was riding the high. He was riding the highest he's ever had. He had a #1 hit book, and just executive produced a #1 hit television show for Peacock. Man, his career was riding as high as it ever was. And then put out a #1 hit movie that was actually based on the true story of Richard Williams' success with his daughters Venus and Serena. And then got an Oscar for it on top of that. I mean, come on, you could. The Capitol with the Oscar was a monumentary moment for Will Smith, and to just ruin it over a freaking slap because of something somebody said that you didn't like, that was really a nothing burger of a statement. Oh my God, man, what were you thinking, bro? Man, the word I have to say more than anything about Will Smith is I'm really truly disappointed. I'm disappointed. I really am, from the bottom of my heart. I mean, this is a guy I looked up to, and I'm 4 years older than he is. For years. It's like, wow. He started out at the bottom, man, worked his way up to the top, and now he's breaking himself right back towards the bottom again. For what? The thing that really pisses me off, because the media have been talking about so much, I'm got to a point. This is the last time I'm gonna talk about anything for a while. Unless any new developments about him getting apologizing directly to Chris Rock, which is what he should do anyway, man to man. Publicly, preferably in public. He probably won't, because he ain't doing it all the time. It's really sickening, man. It's absolutely sickening. It is, and it makes me sick thinking about it. That you could have done better by not doing what you did. Well, at some point you'll learn. You'll learn that you can't just slap somebody because of that. You also learn not everybody is going to sit there and let you slap them and while you walk away and not get upset for you slapping them. Not that Chris Rock wasn't upset. It's just the fact that he was he showed that night that he was a better man than you ever were. By moving past that night. He hasn't moved past it, but that night, to move on that night without, going after you. Consider yourself lucky, Will, because a lot of people wouldn't have done that. A lot of people wouldn't sit there and just let you just hit them like that. My son wouldn't have, and I don't think I would have. I think the moment you would turn your back, I would have jumped you. Just saying. I think I would have. But then again, if I was never ever nominated for an Oscar, I probably would have. Especially at my age, because me and Chris Rock are the same age. But I know my son was talking. My son was saying, "Hey, it's been some further moving that joint." So like I said, you lucky it was Chris Rock. Just saying. Not saying that Chris Rock, because I don't think Chris Rock don't punk. I just think that Chris Rock just used his head and said, you know what, I'm above all of that. You gotta give him credit for that. I don't care what anybody say. You gotta give him credit for that. I would say he's a better man than me on that, because I don't know how I would have handled it. I honestly don't. I can't sit there and tell you right now, I wouldn't have beat Will Smith's ass if he did it to me. I honestly could not say that. I don't know. Now, I know I probably could have just brushed it off and then dealt with it backstage, which is what I probably would have done. I don't know. I probably would have pressed charges on him. One thing I wouldn't have done, I wouldn't apologize to him for what I said, because what I said was nothing. It meant nothing. There was nothing to apologize about. It's ridiculous, man. Wow. All right, guys. Well, that's all I can say about this. That's all I can say. I can't go into it any further than that. It's been talked about from here to hell and back. Nothing more to say. Only thing I can say is this. Will, get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together. That's all I'm going to say. Because not everybody would put up with that. Nope. Consider yourself lucky on that one, bro. I'm out.